it's me, Jaymes Mansfield. I was a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9. I came in first. I'm here doing a video with Sugarpill where I'm gonna try out all sorts of new colored products. It took me so long to be able to do this. I actually had to stand outside of Sugarpill's offices for 2 weeks. Now, stay tuned and watch my Sugarpill transformation.
So I put on my base and all my foundation and contours, and I'm getting ready to start the eyes. I'm going to re-highlight underneath my eyes where I put my white cream to make it more white. I'm gonna use Taco to do this, and what this is gonna do is just make my eyes look all the more open to give you like that nice anime Carol Channing kind of under eye that all of us drag queens love. This is also a good trick. You could do it a little less exaggerated if you want something a little more subtle just to open your eye up. Or if you're doing costume makeup, you can really go hog wild and look like a cartoon character. It's up to you. And if a little white falls in your cheek, it's fine. It's gonna add more highlight. I'm going to shape out a phantom crease using Castle on the Hill. I got my drag name from the actress Jaymes Mansfield. She was an actress in the 50s and 60s. She was known for her big blonde hair and campy persona. And what I like most about her is that she was sort of like a walking drag when you really think about it. She had this heightened persona that she would do in the media where she talked in a very high voice like a Cupid doll. But when she was in her regular life, she talked very deep and low, like how I do now. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna do drag, I wanna be sure I can be a character. I wanna be something that people can treat like an actual person and talk to as if they really exist. And I think from watching people like Elvira, you'd see them on talk shows in the 80s, and the talk show hosts would not let them break character. They just go right along with the bit. And it's like this heightened level of entertainment that's not really around anymore today. And I don't know, something about that just fascinates me. I think character comedy is a dying art. Really great that other drag queens can bring that back and bring that sort of act back into the circulation. So I think it's very important and very fun. And the most important thing about drag is having fun. And my drag persona is a little bit of a takeoff of Jaymes Mansfield, but also other blonde bombshells from the 1950s, like Dinah Dors, maybe Van Doren. I love those girls that did like those bad girl films from the 50s where they're all overpainted and had overly done makeup and were very much sexualized but very in control of themselves. When you look back at it, they're very disenfranchised women, but there's still power there, like an underlying power, like they are in control. And I like that. I like things that are overly feminine, so feminine it's like a punch in the face. And with Jaymes, I'd say everything about her is colorful, fun, effervescent, and all about making somebody laugh, because that's the most important thing to me. And right now I'm just cutting the crease to clean up underneath it so I can create like a base to add more colors and have more fun. Now that I have my blank canvas on my eyes all set, I'm just gonna use a little bit more Taco and set that. It's kind of like putting gesso on a canvas. And with doing this, when I start going in with all the fun colors, it's gonna really pop more. And to define the crease, I'm gonna use 2AM. All right, I'm gonna go in with Dolly Pop and have fun because I want to. Just try and stop me. My makeup has evolved so much as I filmed Drag Race. And in ways, it's gone from being more of a natural, or at least natural in my eyes, sort of drag makeup to really just having fun and experimenting with new things I never did, like colors, for instance. I never used to experiment with color before. I used to be very, very neutral and stick to just, 50 shades of tan. But now it's like, you realize the fun of pink eyeshadow or the power of a blue lid. And the most important thing that I've learned from experimenting with makeup is that it's mine to experiment with. So if you don't like it, look at somebody's makeup you do like. All right, I'm gonna go with Suburbia and pack on the lid. Look how pretty that looks. I think what I'm gonna go for here is like some kind of Gem in the Holograms fantasy. Very 80s, very Lisa Frank. Something that people didn't get to know about me that they didn't get to see on Drag Race, I would say, is that I am very much like a happy, funny person. When I was on the show, like, and you watch me, I look very much like I was just told I had a 7-hour layover at an airport, and I had to stay at the airport the entire day with nowhere to go. Like, I looked very much upset, and like I wasn't having a whole lot of fun. And I actually do have lots of fun with my drag. I'm not as serious as I looked. But when you're in that situation, you can't help but really overthink everything and get in your own head. And I feel like that was probably my big downfall at Drag Race, is that I was not having fun. Had I just taken myself a little less seriously, it probably would have gone a lot better for me. And maybe learned how to do cartwheels or gymnastics as a child would have helped as well. I'm using Kitten Parade now to lighten up the inner corner. What I like to do is create a stencil, or not so much a stencil, like create an outline that I fill in, because what I've learned from using these tiny little eyeliners is that they work for precision, but you'll use them up so fast and you have to do like drag makeup. I actually am a YouTube channel dedicated to education. Drag education in particular. I have videos ranging from how to sew gowns to how to make little things like accessories, gloves, purses, how to do your makeup, how to style hair. And it never leaves the beginner level, so that anyone that's either a veteran in drag or just picking it up can learn something from it. I also do videos on drag queen history. It's a passion project of mine. It's completely non-profit. I edit it myself, I write them myself, and I research it all by myself. And I've been very proud of it, and I've done at least 15 episodes of it now, which I never thought I'd do 15 episodes of anything with my channel. It's amazing to see where this art form has gone and how far it can go. And the fact that you could have a career as a drag queen without being on a reality TV show. And I feel like that's very important for kids to know, that getting on TV is not the make or break. You can be successful in this field with or without that. As long as you believe in your art form enough, someone will discover it. Actually, was inspired by the Queen Varla Jean Merman. She's from New Orleans. She is a camp queen in the classic sense, where she's sort of along the same lines of what I do. She's a character comedian. She portrays somebody very larger than life, and she is just a bubbly, fun, mean-spirited drag queen that is honestly a huge inspiration for me. And I saw her, I thought, that's the kind of drag I'd like to do. I was lucky enough to get on RuPaul's Drag Race, and that's opened up a lot of doors for me. Honestly, considering where I placed on it and basically being handed what a lot of people would consider a death sentence for a drag queen going home first, I really made it work for me. You don't let that kind of thing get you down, because at the end of the day, you're on a TV show and you are responsible for what your past does to you. And you're in control of how that affects you and how people treat you with it. I'm gonna use Bulletproof and set my eyeliner to make it even more dark. Because my problem with eyeliners is that with my makeup that I wear, it tends to gray them. So I have to go over it with a darker shadow to really make it pop a lot more. I'm really exposing myself to you all right now. I'm gonna use just, your basic eyebrow gel. I also got to tour all sorts of places that I never thought I'd be able to go, considering like how everything turned out. I was the first queen to be eliminated first that's gone to the UK. Just the things that open up for you from being on the show are quite astonishing. And all the people that want to work with you now kind of blows my mind. Because when I was doing YouTube before the show, trying to collaborate with somebody was a nightmare. Like, no one wanted to return your calls or anything, and no one wanted to really take a risk. But now it's like you have this platform behind you, and no matter what, you just have to be grateful for all the opportunities it hands you. I live by the philosophy that your past is yours to curate. And if you let your past be what makes you happy every day of their life, just wake up so angry about it, you'll find you'll be more angry at people, and you'll be less fun to be around, and nobody wants to sit around somebody that's miserable. You have to look at these things and understand that it happened, and it doesn't define you. And the minute you realize that, the minute you realize how much power you truly have. I'm gonna do my under eyes right now and use some colors to make them pop more. I'm gonna use Love Plus. I think I got inspired to teach people how to do drag the way I do it, because honestly, when I was starting out, like, I had drag mothers, but they never taught me anything. Like, I had to learn from YouTube myself how to do just about everything. And my problem with learning from a lot of tutorials at the time is that a lot of them didn't really go in depth on anything. So you had to like trial and error so often in order to get to the final result you liked. So I thought, well, I want to do that because I had interest in starting a YouTube channel anyway, because in Milwaukee, I didn't get booked a whole lot. So I had a lot of free time on my hands because I wasn't working steadily in drag. So I decided, well, as a means of marketing myself and spreading education to people, I could just start making YouTube videos and do them the way I want to do them, the way I feel like I could learn from them if I were to watch them. I fell in love with it. And I feel like it's honestly what helped me when I got eliminated to really keep me afloat and keep people interested in me. I was just so passionate in education that I figured that at least would shine through, and it has. By giving my secrets away, giving away what I do, it got me a following on YouTube. My boyfriend was actually the one that really pushed me in doing it, because had he not pushed me to do it, I'd just be sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, you know, not doing anything. So it gave me a positive outlet, and I fell in love with it. I've done a couple of different jobs. I worked at a bank before as a bank teller, got fired because I couldn't count. And then I was a receptionist at a beauty salon and got fired because I couldn't keep track of books. And then from there, I was scrubbing floors for the medical college in Wisconsin. I scrubbed 4 stairwells of a 4-story building. And from there, life looked up, and I managed to get a job at Sephora, actually doing something I was passionate about, selling makeup and learning people's stories and learning what they were confident in, what they needed help with. And I feel like that's partly what made me fall more in love with makeup, is that you learn how much power it actually has to change the way somebody feels about themselves. See, I actually got introduced to Sugarpill from YouTube, doing YouTube searches. And from there, like, Drag Race girls started being more and more included in that, like Kim. And a lot of girls from my season, like Farrah and Eureka. And I was always intrigued. And it wasn't until Kim got on Drag Race and did the collaboration that I started buying some of it and actually started to really like the products. I like the eyeshadows, I love them, and the liquid lipsticks. And I swear by the eyelashes. The plush eyelashes are the only eyelashes that work for me. For those of you that don't know, I may have dabbled in puppetry. I actually was a puppeteer for 2 years before I was a drag queen. And I've always loved puppets because they are the closest thing you can get to a living cartoon. I love cartoons as a kid. And I love that art form of puppetry because it kind of elevates the idea of imagination. I don't know, I like to deal in the fantasy. I think that's the funnest part of performances. And puppets, I don't know, I just have a weird connection to them, I think. They're fun, and it puts a lot of pressure off of a performance. Like, you can watch somebody do a serious ballad, but if you come out there and do a comedic number with a puppet, the audience reacts a completely different way. I'm all about just making people happy and bringing a whole level of fun and excitement. Like, one number I do, I have a giant puppet costume where I control it with my hands and I tear it away to reveal myself. And it's probably my most bombastic number, and it's one I'm most proud of because it always gets a reaction out of people. And I have little holes in the costume where I can see, and I can always see like a big grin on everyone's face when they just see this big puppet come out. And I don't know, it's euphoric, I love it. I don't know why I do this lip. I think it's because I've always loved Jessica Rabbit. And when you look at her lips, she doesn't really have a cupid's bow. It's just like a round, cartoony lip. Going with Cubby right now to fill in. And I don't know what that is. I love a good old bullet lipstick. Just like the look and feel of it. Like, you look at that, it's glamorous. For the future, I always think that no matter what I do, I'll be having fun. I hope to do like a one-woman show, or see how far I can take Drake Herstory. I'd love to get a book made of it. And honestly, just there's a lot of passion projects that I just love to see through. People think I start doing the character voice when I start putting my lipstick on, but to be quite honest with you, I don't actually start talking like that until the wig goes on. I like the eyelashes to be so heavy that, like, you can just do this with your eyes and you have like resting bitch face, like. And all I need now is just my wig, and I think I'm there.
Welcome back. This is the final result. What do you think? I think I look beautiful in all the Sugarpill cosmetic stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to Sugarpill's YouTube channel. It's really fabulous. You can see all sorts of fun people like Kimchi and Trixie and Farrah and all sorts of other people like that if you're into that sort of thing. And, don't forget to stop by my YouTube channel, Jaymes Mansfield, because I'm a person too and I matter. Now, thank you so much for watching this video with me and Sugarpill. I see a beautiful future for us. Now, bye.